Hello and welcome along to Mondo Chelloveck Movies. My name is John, and this video is going to be what movies I've picked up recently. So first up from CEX is a movie I've been after for quite a while. Now I always just get this movie confused with Dog Soldiers, and weirdly enough the trailer for Dog Soldiers was actually on the disc. Can you believe it? Spooky coincidence. So for £1 I picked up on DVD Death Watch. Now the reason why I got this movie confused with Dog Soldiers is because it's kind of like a British movie. It's got a great British cast here. So the story is that this group of British soldiers, they take over a German trench and they're waiting there for their sort of backup to come and get them. When they do that, the trench is kind of like strange things happen in this trench. It's a bit like kind of very psychological and with horror in tow. But this is really a great movie. It's got a brilliant cast in it, as you can see from there. So I do urge anybody who doesn't know about this movie to maybe check it out if you can find it cheap somewhere, because it's a really good watch. And actually when I put it on, the DVD looks quite good as well. And I'm really interested to check this out because I haven't seen this since it was on TV, and it wasn't on their TV that much. And it's one of those movies that you bump into once and you think I'll have to get it again. It takes you a while to track down, I think, because I always thought I'm looking for Dog Soldiers and I realised it wasn't Dog Soldiers, and it took me a long time to find out what it was. So pleased to pick that up for £1. That's Death Watch. The next three movies are also from CEX. I want to give a big shout out to my good friend Michael Hewitt, because on my last video he gave me a load of slips, so I thought there's any movies that I can go with these slips. So for £2 I picked up The Equalizer. I've always been interested in this movie, recently I have, and I said to the Debs, I said, would you watch these? And they said yes I would. So I put this on and I thought, well, I'm going to check these three movies, I'm going to check them out and see what they like, because I know this is out in 4K, but I thought, what's the Blu Ray like? And for £2 I thought I'll check it out, because I might not like it, but you don't know, you never know. So anyway, so I put it on. I've got to say, the picture quality on here, it was like I was watching a 4K. It was absolutely stunning. And the sound quality was unbelievable as well. So for me, it's one of those ones that I might not really think about upgrading onto 4K unless the 4K is really outstanding. Because this one here just looks that good. And I was watching a little bit of the movie, and there's a bit where he's sort of sitting there and he's very particular with what he's doing, even a little bit OCD. And I thought, I like that sort of touch on it, the fact when he puts his dinner out he has it in certain places. So I thought this was a really good slant on it. Quite eager to watch this movie as well. Got a good cast as well, got a great slip to go on, and so that'll be on the shelf and that'll be getting watched very soon. So that's The Equalizer. Next for £2 I got The Last Witch Hunter. Again, lovely slip. So yeah, so put this one on again, and actually the picture quality here is equally as stunning. So it's another one. I don't know if I'd ever get the 4K of this, if there is a 4K. But this for me, I thought, well, I'll just give it a shot to see what it's like. You can't really, and it's got a pretty good cast, and I'm sure that's Michael Caine there, which is nuts to think. Another one that I'll check out soon, and the slip's really nice. So that's The Last Witch Hunter. And lastly, for £1, I got Salt. Now, it matches up with the slipcover, the extended edition. Now check this out. Now it's weird because you get three cuts of the movie. You get the theatrical cut, you get the extended edition, and you also get the director's cut. Now the extended edition is shorter than the director's cut. The director's cut is the longest cut, so that's the one I'll be watching on this disc. Couldn't believe you get actually three cuts of the movie. So for me, I put it on and it looked a little bit like, got a bit of a John Wick vibe about it, although I don't think it is. But I said to Deborah, says, what do you think about that? She says, yeah, I'll definitely watch that with you. So I want to thank Michael once again for sending me the slips out. And like I say, for £5 I picked those up, and they look great on the shelves. And also, it's ones that actually me and the Debs, I don't think she watched that, but she may, because she quite likes Vin Diesel. So that's amazing to have them on the shelf. So thanks once again, Michael. Really do appreciate that. Cheers, mate. So lastly from CEX, I want to give a shout out to Matt from Matt V's Movies. I'll leave a link to his channel down below. And one of his recent videos, he started talking about this franchise, and it got me interested to think, hang on a minute, I haven't seen these for a long time. I'm quite intrigued by they are, because I know that these movies have come out in 4K. So in that video he talked about this release. So I thought the next time I see it cheap in CEX, I'll get it. So for £15 I got the Star Trek movie collection on Blu Ray. Now they come in these really thin Blu-rays, which is quite good actually. It's good space saver, although it does weigh a ton. Now in here you get the movies, the separate movies. You get I think it's 6 movies, and so I thought, yep, this is the time to pounce on them. And to be honest, I've watched the first 2. I watched them yesterday, and I'll tell you more about that, what I thought about them. on the end of the month when I talk about what I've watched the end of the month, because I'll try and watch a few more. And it's funny because when I went back to think about these movies, I thought, I've definitely seen them all, I think. I can't remember anything about them. When I put the first one on, it was like watching a movie for the first time. Couldn't remember a single thing to do with it. Even the second one, didn't have no idea where it was going, which isn't a problem at all. Because for me, I thought it was basically a thing I just wanted to see these ones. I don't know whether I'll go for the 4Ks or not, but this is a good way to get them for dirt cheap. I think £15 for all that. Then you do get a bonus disc on here. So I thought, well, what I'll do is I'll sort of check them out on here with a view to see will I get them on a 4K or not, because this could save me some money if I'm happy with these ones. So anyway, the picture quality on the first, I've checked out the picture quality in a few of them, and the picture quality in the first one is really nice. It's one of those ones where you look at it and you think, my God, if the 4K looks better than this, it'll be stunning. The second one, the Wrath of Khan, was not as good, but still really good, but it wasn't as good as the first one. But anyway, I'm so intrigued by these movies to see if I will get anything out of them, because I do like the original Star Trek series. I used to watch that as a kid. I think everyone did. I watched these movies. I think I watched them all on TV. I never went to cinema to go and see them. And also, I don't really care for any more of the Star Trek ones until the new movies. I've got the new movies and I like them. So that's a big shout out to Matt's V Movies for making me aware that this set even existed. That's the Star Trek Original Motion Picture Collection. So next up I went across to HMV. And I was looking through the shelves and I come across this and I thought, wow, what a price this is. So for £12 I got The Invisible Man Complete Collection. Now this movie has all 6 films from the original legacy, the original Universal legacy, from 1933 to 1951. So it has on here The Invisible Man 1933, The Invisible Man Returns 1940, The Invisible Woman 1940, Invisible Agent 1942, The Invisible Man's Revenge 1944, and Abbott and Costello Meet the Invisible Man 1951. And you get some bonus features on there. So I've also got the complete Frankenstein set and the complete Mummy set. Now the good thing about this set is as well that I haven't got the Dracula one or the Wolfman, because basically those movies seem to be repeated through the whole sets. There's a lot of like verses, and you're not really getting anything new apart from maybe one film. So for when you pick one of these up, you don't want to like duplicate all the movies. So there's only one movie in here, The Invisible Man, which is in another box set, which is the only one that's like duplicated. All the other ones are like basically ones for I'm getting for the first time. So that's really why I got this one. I've been looking at this one quite a few times, but never come across it cheap enough. Also, you get most of them. You get 2 movies. You get Mummy by itself. You get 2 movies on there, 2 movies on there, and 1 movie on there. So, but I checked them out on the movies that were on the 2 on the same disc, and the quality on them is absolutely brilliant as well. Because I thought maybe they would dip a little bit, or maybe with them being I would imagine quite low budget, would they even be like really looked after and like remastered? But they were absolutely brilliant. So I can highly recommend them. I mean, they're all black and white, but they do look like such great quality. But I'm so pleased that these are all coming out. I mean, this has been out for a while, but I just want to get them at a good price. And the quality on here is absolutely fantastic. So that's The Invisible Man Complete Collection. So next up on 4K is a movie I've been after for quite a while. And I've heard some conflicting reports about it, saying it's not the best 4K, or some people say it's a brilliant 4K. So I thought, well, it's on my list anyway, and when I saw it for a decent price, I would pick it up. So for £15 I got Total Recall. Now, this movie here is a movie I saw at the cinema actually, and I had a great time. We went with some neighbours, and me and the Debs and these 2 neighbours, so it was a good day out, and I remember it well. And we all were not confused by it, but we're all sort of adding our little theories into what this movie actually meant. But this is it's a great Arnie movie, and it's one of those movies that you just thought the effects were sensational at the time. They're not that great now, but I do appreciate what they were trying to do. So this is definitely the best quality this movie has ever been in. And also it's got Dolby Atmos soundtrack as well, which is really nice. So I've been holding off a while. I was going to watch this the other day, but I thought I'll wait until I get the 4K, which has happened now. And I'm so pleased to get it. And I just think that this is from the golden age of Arnie. I think you could do no wrong at this time. And the movies that came out of this, Rodeal's coming out, probably out now. I will be getting that one. So I thought it was really good. It's of its time. Sometimes you look at it and you think it's a bit cheesy. It's a bit like, but this is quite a clever movie actually. And I do appreciate what it was doing back in the time. I think it was back in the day. I think it was a bit of a groundbreaking movie as well, and everybody was raving about it when they saw it. So kind of highly recommended that. It's better than I thought it was going to be, actually, because I thought it was going to have limitations. I think it's just the special effects. When they happen, that's when the movie goes down a little bit in quality. So pleased to pick that up. That's Total Recall. So lastly from HMV is a movie that I thought I might try and get in a sale, but I thought, well, I want to get it because I like it. I like the look of it that much. And it's one of those ones that it probably will come out in the sale down the line, because I think these movies priced at £18, they're a bit expensive, and I think Arrow should move the price down a little touch to maybe to sell some on the first release, as opposed to just them sitting on the shelves and then selling them off cheap in a sale for £10 or less. So I picked up Two Witches. Now, the reason why I wanted to see this is because of the absolutely amazing cover art. It just really spoke to me. So it's got reversible art on here. Also, you do get a booklet as well, and a poster. And you also get that as well. That's a great picture, that really is. And also you get this really nice booklet. Now this movie is a new movie from 2021, believe it or not. And I'm very intrigued by it, because these movies, for me, that have this throwback look to them, I don't know, just it kind of, well, it's one of those ones where it just speaks to you and you think, I'm going to give that a shot. But I do know that when I put it on, the picture quality, with it being a brand new movie, it does look sensational, as you would imagine. With a super saturated colour palette, tenebrous art design, and electrifying soundtrack, Two Witches presents two truly terrifying conjoined tales of witchery, paranoia and terror that hark back to the gory thrills and scares of the classic Euro horrors such as Suspiria, Shock and The Beyond. Well, that's me sold. So yeah, so there's a special features there. So on that description, if this movie's done correctly, it might be shaping up to be something really spectacular. So, thanks for watching, you take care, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.